Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, October 26th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, over the past few days I've been tracking this. It seems like there's really some unstable search results going on in the Google search results. I'm not sure if it's an algorithm update or if it's more of like a penalty affecting a very specific niche or two, or maybe a specific type of tactic, maybe around links. I'm not sure. It seems a little bit more black hat oriented. Where the black hat communities are complaining a little bit more, but I'm not really sure. The algorithm tools that are tracking this stuff really aren't showing much fluctuations at all, which is interesting, but there is definitely, within certain types of communities in the SEO industry, a lot of communication going on in the past 3-4 days or so around a bunch of ranking changes for their website. So I'm not sure. We'll keep investigating that, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention because it does seem to be somewhat significant for a limited number of segments within our industry. Bing confirmed that they fixed. Bing confirmed there was a bug and fixed the bug around the URL submission tool within Bing Webmaster Tools, the authenticated version. Basically, at XMX East, Frederick from the search quality team at Bing went ahead and basically said, yeah, the reason this happened was because when they removed the public submission URL tool, a lot of these spammers went to the Bing Webmaster Tools, the authenticated version, and used that, which caused a huge backlog in the number of submissions done through Bing Webmaster Tools, which they didn't anticipate and they couldn't handle. So it was a huge backlog, and that's why lots of URLs that were submitted via the Bing Webmaster Tools feature weren't actually being processed for weeks. Bing said they actually got through the backlog, and what they're going to do in the future, maybe next week or the week after, is add a rate limit to the number of URLs you're allowed to submit via Bing Webmaster Tools. It's similar to what Google does. I think Google has a limit as well. The Google cache bug, where if a site moved to the mobile first indexing process, the Google cache would return a 404 error. That has now been fixed as of last Saturday. At least it seems to have been fixed. Google hasn't said anything about it, but based on all my tests and everything in the SEO community is saying, it does seem to be fixed. Bing is getting transparent on how they crawl the web. There's an excellent presentation at XMX East yesterday or the day before from Frederick from the Bing search quality team around how Bing does crawling. There's a lot of those little things in there, but it does seem to differ a lot from how, not a lot, but in specific points on how actually Google crawls. I recommend, if you are into technical SEO, crawl budget, those types of topics. I posted the whole presentation here. Take a look at it. And Bing is also posting a lot of information on their Bing blog called the Bing Bot series. Bing said they are investing a lot into Bing Webmaster Tools in the upcoming year. I think they got new budget for it. That's at least what they said on stage. So we'll see what happens with Bing Webmaster Tools. Of course, Google has been investing a lot as well. In fact, Google just said this week that they actually went ahead and fixed over 50 bugs in the past month around Google Search Console. And they listed these things. Link from to mobile-friendly tester now remembers the user language. Report scorecards show you the number of issues, not just the pages. The dashboard chart now starts from the first meaningful point. All your filters and selections are kept when switching between properties. Filter by query is now in case insensitive, and remove points from time over graph when there is no relevant data to display. But Google has actually made 50 plus bug fixes with Google Search Console over the last month. Google Search Console is sending out a new message to webmasters around fixing your slow pages. Here's a screenshot of what it looks like. I know at least a few people who received this message already. And of course, it links to their Page Insights tool and so forth around tips on making your site faster. It looks like a manual action unrelated to structured data, but let's say inorganic links or some type of like spam penalty could actually remove the trust on your website where you won't show rich snippets in the search results. So somebody complained in the webmaster forums that their rich snippets are gone, rich results are gone in the Google search results, and the Googler said, hey, you have an inorganic link penalty. So I guess it makes sense, but that's pretty interesting to see. Google said there are no plans for regional Href language support right now. It's only country by country Href language support, but it looks like a bunch of people in the international SEO community want regional Href markup language support. Obviously, for things like language and stuff like that, it makes more sense than necessarily by country by country. Google said it's safer to use absolute URLs when you're doing canonicals. Don't use relative URLs. They said this before. You can use it. Google supports both, but they definitely recommend you use absolute URLs with the canonical tags. Google said IP addresses do not matter for backlinks. It doesn't make a difference at all, obviously, unless you're a part of this huge spam network and it's all coming from the same IP range, et cetera, et cetera. But in general, for most SEOs that are not spamming Google, IP addresses do not matter when it comes to backlinks. Google says they do cache JavaScript and CSS files longer. So if your content is served through that and it's cached and your content is often refreshed on a daily or hourly basis, then you kind of got to figure out another way to get Google that content in a fresher, faster way. Goes back to what we discussed about JavaScript and so forth. Google's local pack has added a book or schedule button to be powered, or is actually powered by Reserve with Google. We saw this in multiple places in the past, but now it's actually showing up in the local pack where you can actually click on schedule or a book icon, which will take you to the Reserve with Google feature and let you book an appointment or schedule an appointment at a specific store or restaurant or whatever it might be. Google My Business cards are now showing up in the Google Map results, promoting Google My Business so that people can go into their listing and update it and claim their listings. It's pretty cool. Here's what it looks like. Is this your listing? Claim it in Google My Business. Google My Business has created a tool or FAQ, a step-by-step process to actually move your personal account to an organizational account. So if you have any Google My Business listings on their personal account, that will take you step-by-step through the process. Google My Business has added a beta version of showing products in your local listings. Here's what it looks like. You could actually go ahead and click on the products beta tab and list all your products by seasonality. And then it just shows up under the products tab here. Google has tested other variations of this in the past, and it looks like it's being tested again. Google Lens is now, we covered this earlier this month, that Google Lens is coming to Google Image Search. Now it's there. If you go to your mobile phone, do a search on images, and you click on an image, it will actually let you go ahead and load that image, click on an icon for that image. So here it goes. You click on an image, and you see this little icon here. You click on that, and it will let you actually zoom into any part of the picture, and Google Lens will actually figure out what those images are about, letting you zoom into any specific area, like a sofa there, and it's pretty cool how it works. It's a kind of futuristic stuff. And Google's John Mueller asked, how would you explain what you do to developers? Something's coming up with Google in terms of documentation and something like that, and they want to kind of communicate to developers what SEOs do. So definitely chime in there and give John Mueller your feedback around that. It might help Google communicate to developers what they do. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. Again, today is Friday, October 26th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.